okukakasa nti report bwe yamara okukakasa nti report yayiye yasaako omukono gwe nti bwe baba bagimulaze report eyo ne request ne baruwa gye bazaayo ku poliisi asobola kubitegeera n'agamba ebbaluwa yali esaba okukakasa yaliko akabonero ka poliisi ng'eriko eri ku lupapula abapoliisi gwe bawandiikako ebbaluwa zaabwe nti ate omupoliisi gwe bayita madamu Kyerimo eyali agisayininze ripooti ye asobola kulabako omukono gwe n'alaba olupapula n'alaba stamp ya CK International Hospital Kampala n'alabako n'akabonero ka CK International Hospital Kampala ku bbaluwa eyali gye bali baddamu abapoliisi yagamba nti bw'agiraba agijjukirira ku kabonero aka CK International Hospital Kampala nti ate ne signature ya mukama waabwe gwe bayita Aza Sundu.
Please look at the document and tell court if you are in position to recognize it.
My Lord, I recognize the documents.
What are they?
Among the documents, my Lord.
Okay, you can begin by the first one, the second, and the third. The first one, what is the first one?
Yeah, the first one is a reply from CK IHK. By our CEO, Mr. Aza Sundu. It was for the response to the request for the information. It was dated the 10th April 2026.
What was the subject?
The subject was a response to requests for information vide EGABA.
EGABA, does it quote the police reference?
My Lord, yes. Should I read out the response?
Yes.
Okay.
CRB what?
The CRB 026 stroke 2026 in brackets ref CID stroke C40 stroke 207 volume 44.
In short, what was your CEO forwarding?
My Lord, my CEO confirmed that the sanitary medical report that had been dated 30th December 2025 in respect to Mr. Oyum Christopher OKELLO was duly issued by International Hospital Kampala Limited, and also confirmed that was authored and signed by myself, Dr. Genda Rogers, a psychiatrist. In my capacity as their medical practitioner.
Okay, had been authored and signed by yourself?
Yes. In my capacity as a medical practitioner at the facility.
Okay.
My Lord,
Okay. About the second document.
okay. My Lord, the second document is my sanitary report I wrote. It was dated 30th December 2025.
And the third document.
My Lord, the third document is the police request to support investigations at EGABA CRB 026/2026.
Is it dated?
My Lord, this request was dated the 9th of April 2026.
Let's allow interpretation.
Tasobola kutegeera ebiwandiiko ebisatu bye bamuwadde. Ekisooka kya mukama we kye yawandiikira abapoliisi ng'addamu okusaba kwabwe. Mukama we bamuyita Mwami Aza Sundu nga yagiwandiika ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 Ogwokuna 2026 nti ebbaluwa eyo yali eddamu okusaba kw'abapoliisi mu musango ogwa EGGABA enamba 26 kasale 2026. Mukama waabwe yali awandiika kukakasa nti ripooti eyo eddwaliro erya International Hospital Kampala eryali lyagiwandiika nga 3 Ogwekumi 2025 nga bagiwandiikira OKELLO Christopher nti ate yali akakasa nti omusawo ono ye yagiwandiika n'ateekako omukono gwe ng'omusawo yali akolera ku ddwaliro eryo. Ekiwandiiko ekyokubiri gye bayita sanitary report oba ebbaluwa eraga nti omuntu yali ategeera bulungi era bagiwandiika nga 3 omwezi Ogwekumi 2025. Ekiwandiiko ekyokusatu kyekyo poliisi yawandiikira eddwaliro nga basaba okufuna nga banoonyereza ku musango ogwa EGGABA enamba 2026 kasale 2026 nga bagiwandiika nga 9 Ogwokuna 2026.
Yes, Mr. Mwaganya, proceed.
So, Doctor, let's go to the report that you authored.
Yes, my Lord.
When did you author the report?
My Lord, I wrote the report on the 30th December 2025.
And who was your client?
My Lord, my client was Mr. Oyum Christopher OKELLO.
What other particulars did you take for Mr. OKELLO?
My Lord, I noted that Mr. Christopher OKELLO was a 38-year-old male. He was residing in Bunga. My Lord,
Doctor, where did you get that? What was the source of that personal information that you took about your client?
my Lord, Mr. Yum Christopher came to see me personally, so I took all the information from him alone.
So he say he told you he was resident of Bunga. What else?
Mr. Yum, my Lord, told me that you were single, not married. He was a Christian by religion. And at that time,
Doctor, we are writing.
oh, sorry, my Lord.
And at that time?
And that time, he had a plan to settle in Uganda and start commercial farming.
Yes. What else?
My Lord, basing on his formal request of the sanitary report, I carried out a psychiatric interview on him.
Carried out a psychiatric interview. Yes.
I also carried out, after that, a mental state examination.
Let's allow interpretation.
agamba ripoota ye yagiwandiika nga 3 omwezi gw'12 2025 nti ate omulwadde we baali bamuyita Christopher OKELLO Onyumu. N'agamba nti omulwadde we yali alina emyaka 38 egy'obukulu nga musajja nga yali abeera Bunga, nti ebyo omwami Christopher ye yabimugamba era n'amugamba nti yali tali mufumbo nga mugoberezi wa Kristo, nti ate akaseera ako yali ayagala kutandika kubeera mu Uganda nga akola bizinesi y'obulimi oba okulunda, nti era okusinziira nti yali asabye okukola ripooti okulaba nti omutwe gwe gwali guteredde oba gukola bulungi. Yagezaako okwogeramu naye alabe omutwe gwe oba gwali gukola bulungi oba nedda, oluvannyuma n'amukebera okulaba oba obwongo bwe bwali bukola bulungi oba nedda.
Doctor, what does this psychiatric examination entail?
My Lord, a psychiatric interview entails asking the client many times open-ended questions. The interview the interview entails asking various psychiatric questions, sorry, with the aim of...
Doctor, I heard that it entails asking the client many times open-ended questions. That's where I stopped.
Yes, psychiatric questions with the aim of trying to enlist if this client has any mental disorder.
So in this case, what did you do?
My Lord, upon asking, Mr. Yum told me the following. Mr. Yum told me he has no history of having excessive sadness. He has no history.
Let's go through, doctor, as I advised.
Doctor, is that all that on your report, or?
Yes, my Lord.
Okay.
Should I continue, my Lord, with the same? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No history of excessive sadness.
He had no history of loss of interest in pleasurable activities.
Sorry, kindly repeat that. He had no history of having excessive sadness.
Yes, my Lord. He had no history of loss of interest in pleasurable activities.
Yes.
My Lord, he also had no history of excessive fears or excessive worries. He had no history of worries, yes.
I shall be prompting you.
Okay.
No history of excessive fears
Or worries,
worries.
yes.
Yes.
He had no history of excessive happiness or increase in goal-directed activities. Increase in goal-directed activities.
Okay. If I may pause a little there.
For interpretation first.
Nti okumukebera obwongo nti bamubuuza ebibuuzo bingi nti ebimu bamubuuza okulaba nti oba omutwe gwe gukola okubeerawo nga takyayagala kwetaba mu bintu ebyessanyu nti era yali talina okubeerawo ng'awulira atidde nnyo nnyo oba yeeraliikiridde nnyo, nti era teyalina ekiraga nti yali asanyuka nnyo 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 oba okubeerawo ng'ayagala kukola ebintu ebisukkiridde.
Doctor, why were these questions important in your professional assessment of your client?
My Lord, these questions help us to establish various mental disorders, if any, in any client that comes before us.
Okay.
Continue. My Lord, he had no history of
Just a minute. How do they help you? The court would want to know why, for example, you focus on excessive sadness or interest in pleasurable activities, or excessive fears and worries, or excessive happiness, or excessive goal-oriented activities. Why is this particular direction important to you as a profession in determining or detecting mental disorders?
My Lord, these questions are key to the various mental disorders. For example,
Mental disorders. Yes.
when I ask a client if you had history of excessive sadness or loss of interest in pleasurable activities,
Yes.
I'm trying to elicit if you have depression.
Okay.
If I ask about fears, excessive fears, or excessive worries, I'm trying to elicit if you have an anxiety disorder.
Yes.
The question I asked about excessive happiness or increase in goal-directed activities if the client has bipolar affective disorder.
As what? Sorry?
Has bipolar affective disorder.
Affective.
Affective disorder.
Okay. So other than that, what else did he reveal to you? Or did you ask him?
My Lord, he also told me that he has no history of hearing voices, or seeing things other people could not see. When I asked that, my Lord, I'm trying to elicit if you have hallucinations.
Okay.
My Lord, he also told me that he has no history of using illicit drugs like cannabis. However, you occasionally use alcohol. My Lord, that helps me to elicit if someone has a substance use disorder.
Yes.
He also told me that he has no history of having had any traumatic experience in his life. That is a question that can help me elicit if someone has what we call PTSD.
If somebody has
PTSD.
which is
post-traumatic stress disorder.
proceed.
My Lord, the client told me that I was the first mental health personnel he has ever seen in his life.
What did he say?
He told me that I was the first, this was the first visit to a mental health personnel in his life.
And how did you reflect that in your report?
Pardon?
How did you reflect that in your report?
If I get what you're saying,
Yeah, what did you write? How did you report that information in your report?
this is the index visit to a mental health personnel.
What? Index vis.
Yeah, index visit, the first visit to a mental health personnel, my Lord. And that he had never taken any psychiatric medications.
He had never taken any.
Psychiatric medication, my Lord.
What else?
My Lord, the client disclosed that was a patient of a chronic medical condition, sickle cell disease, and that he was regularly taking medication for that purpose.
Anything else?
Yes, my Lord. Mr. Yum told me that he was the third born of 4 children, that his parents are alive and they are well. He also told me that there was no history of any mental illness in their family.
Okay. Let's allow interpretation.
Agambye nti ebibuuzo bye babuuza abalwadde abajja mu ddwaliro lyabwe bya nkizo nnyo okusobola okutegeera bulwadde ki bw'omuntu bw'alina ku bwongo bwe. Okugezesa bw'abuuza nti wali obaddeko awo n'owulira ng'onakuwadde nnyo n'owulira nga tokyayagala kwetaba mu bintu eby'essanyu, aba agezaako okulaba omuntu oba alina obulwadde bwa depression oba okubeera ng'omuntu munakuwavu buli kaseera. Bw'abuuza nti oba omuntu abeera awo n'awulira ng'atidde nnyo oba yeeraliikiridde nnyo, aba ayagala kulaba oba alina obulwadde obw'okweraliikirira nnyo oba anxiety disorders. Nti era bw'abuuza oba omuntu abadde nga abaawo n'abeera nga musanyufu nnyo oba nayagala kukola ebintu ebisukkiridde, aba ayagala kulaba oba omuntu oyo alina obulwadde obunene obukosa obwongo ate nga bwo bulwawo okuwona, obwe bayita bipolar affective disorder. Era yamugamba nti yali talaba bintu oba kuwulira ebintu abalala bye batawulira, n'agamba era yali takozesa biragalalagala ng'enjaga oba ebirala. Ye n'agamba nti obw'olumu yali anywa ku mwenge, nti okulaba nti oba era ebyo byonna bimubuuza okulaba oba yali alina obuzibu nga buva mu kukozesa ebiragalagala. Nti era yamugamba nti yali tafunangako okuyisibwa bubi oba trauma, era bw'aba amubuuza ebyo aba ayagala kulaba oba yali afunnyeko okuyisibwa bubi ate ne kimukosa, kye bayita post traumatic stress disorder. Nti era yamugamba nti gwali mulundi gwe gwali gusookera ddala okulaba omusawo w'obwongo mu bulamu bwe, era n'agamba nti tanywangako eddagala erikwata ku bulwadde bwonna obw'obwongo, naye n'amugamba nti yali alina obulwadde bwa nalubiri oba sickle, nti ate yali ali ku ddagala ly'obulwadde obwo. Era yamugamba nti waka wa 3 mu baana 4, nti abazadde be bakyaliwo ate bali bulungi, nti ate mu kika kyonna talinayo gw'amanyi nga alina obulwadde bw'obwongo.
So, Doctor, apart from what your client disclosed to you in the interview, did you proceed to carry out your independent mental examination on him?
My Lord, I proceeded to carry out a mental state examination.
Yes.
My Lord, from this examination, I noted that Mr. Oyum Christopher was a middle-aged man. He looked kempt.
Was a
Aged man. He was kempt and was well nourished.
What do you consider to declare somebody well nourished? Just for the record, in your medical profession.
My Lord, he looked healthy, I could say. He never appeared sick in any way, physically. That time I saw him.
Okay, you say he was well nourished. Proceed.
My Lord, I noted that he was calm. He kept eye contact. And he had no odd behaviors.
No?
Odd behavior of any sort.
Why was this important for you to observe?
My Lord, odd behaviors, they help us to know if this person could be acting that this person could be acting under the influence of probably voices he's hearing in his head, or could be seeing things others could see.
Yes.
Yes.
Interpretation, please.
Nti bwe yamala okumugamba ebyo naye yongerayo n'okumukebera obwongo, era mu kukebera n'alaba nti yali musajja akuze ng'alabika bulungi ate nga talina bulwadde okusinziira bwe yamulaba. Yali mukakamu ate ng'omuntu bw'aba ayogera asigala ng'amutunuulidde. Yali talina enneeyisa eyali teri ya bulijjo. Kino kituyamba okumanya oba omuntu yali akola byonna bye yali akola nga awulira amaloboozi oba okulaba ebintu abantu abalala bye baali tebalaba.
Proceed, Doctor.
My Lord, I also noted that his speech was coherent. It was of normal rate. It was of normal volume. And it was of normal tone. I noted that his mood was athymic.
You noted that?
His mood.
Before the mood, I'm interested in you following the report.
Okay.
In the order it appears.
Okay.
Yes. After the speech.
Okay. My Lord, I noted that his thoughts were logical, with no preoccupations, no overvalued ideas, and no delusions. My Lord, he had
Okay. No overvalued ideas and no?
delusions, my Lord.
Okay.
Yes.
My Lord, he had euthymic mood,
He had
euthymic mood, EUTHYMIC. That's what we call basically a normal mood.
yes.
This was congruent with affect. That means they match.
Congruent first.
Congruent with affect.
Could you please spell that word?
CONGRUENT.
Which means, which was
Congruent
Congruent.
with affect.
with affect,
Meaning that both the mood and the affect are in agreement.
yes.
Doctor, would you help us understand what affect means?
Affect, for example, is your current emotions. For example, if I look at you, your facial expression, I can tell that you are sad or you are happy. That is affect. Why mood is a sustained emotion over a certain period of time.
Mood is what? Why mood is a sustained?
Emotion or feelings over a certain period of time.
Yes. From affect.
My Lord, Mr. Hume had no perceptual disturbances. And he also had no cognitive disturbances.
I'm still going to ask you to help court appreciate what you mean by perceptual and cognitive disturbances.
My Lord, perceptual disturbances are in line with if you are having abnormal sensations, like for example, you are hearing voices, others are not hearing them. You are seeing things.
Let's go slow, doctor. For example, hearing.
You are hearing voices, others are not hearing them. you are seeing things others are not seeing. Why cognitive disturbances? There we are looking at your memory. You are looking at your attention span. Your concentration. Your general knowledge of what's happening around you. Your ability to judge the situations well around you. Your ability to do basic mathematics.
Ability to do
basic mathematics. And if you are able to tell the time or the year we are in, or even to tell who you are as a person.
Again, doctor, why is this particular assessment in your mental health examination about these aspects of perceptual and cognitive perceptions, or rather disturbances?
My Lord, for my mental state examination, as a professional,
from a mental state
examination, as a professional, I will be able to conclude whether someone has a mental illness or not at the time.
Yes, proceed with your findings.
My Lord,
maybe before you do, it might be too much for interpretation. Let's allow the interpretation.
Yalaba nga yali ayogera nga bulijjo nga talina buzibu, nti era yalaba nga yali alowooza bulungi nga talina bimutawaanya mu mutwe, era n'agamba nti embeera ze zaali ng'eza bulijjo, nti ate embeera ze nga bwe zaali era bwe wamulabanga n'omanya nti embeera ze ne bwali nga kye kimu, nti era n'akinyonyola n'agamba nti ye ng'omusawo asobola okukulaba n'agamba nti oba oli munakuwavu oba oli musanyufu, nti ate okulaba nti mood oba okulaba embeera z'olimu akwekebeja okumala ekiseera n'amanya nti embeera zo ziri bwe ziti. Nti mwami OKELLO bwe yamukebera yasanga nga yali talina ebimutawaanya mu mutwe ng'okulaba oba okuwulira abantu abalala bye batalaba, nti ate yali ajjukira bulungi ebintu bye yali amanyi, ng'asobola kutunuulira ekintu kimu n'abisigala ku kintu kimu nga tawankawanka, nti ate n'okumanya ebintu ebimwetoolodde oba ebigenda mu maaso, n'amanya okwawula ebintu ebyali ebyali kumpi naye nti ate ng'asobola kugattamu n'okwawula nti yali asobola kwogera essaawa zaali meka oba mwaka ki gwe tulimu oba n'okugamba nti nze gundi ng'omusawo bw'aba akebera obwongo kiba kimuyamba okulaba oba okugamba nti omuntu alina obulwadde bw'obwongo oba tabulina ku kaseera ako.
Dr. Proceed.
My Lord, basing on the psychiatric interview, plus my personal mental state examination, at the time he presented to me, I established that Mr. Oyom Christopher had no established mental disorder. My Lord,
Let's interpret that.
nti okusinziira bwe yayogera ne mwami Onyumu Christopher nti ate n'okumukebera kwe yamukolako yakakasa nti mwami Onyumu Christopher yali talina bulwadde bwa bwongo bwonna.
Yes.
my Lord, I therefore affirmed that time that Mr. Oyum Christopher was sane and mentally fit to live and work in Uganda.
Did you sign off the report?
Yes, my Lord, I signed the report.
Was it stamped then?
Yes, my Lord.
What was the date of signing or stamping?
My Lord, I signed it on that very day, 30th December 2026.
2020?
2025, sorry. And the stamp was of the same date.
N'olwekyo akakasa nti akaseera ako Onyumu lwe yagendera mu ddwaliro lyabwe yali talina bulwadde bwa bwongo bwonna ate nga tali mulalu era nga yali mulamu bulungi okusobola kukola mu Uganda ate n'okubeeramu n'asayininga n'ateekako sitampu n'ateekako ennaku z'omwezi 3 ogw'Ekumi-n'ebiri 2025.
You have earlier told court that the forwarding letter was authored by your executive director,
Yes, my Lord.
Mr. Azza.
Yes, my Lord.
How did you know it was authored by him?
My Lord, I received a copy of this reply to the police.
From?
from the hospital.
Other than the fact of a copy being given to you, what else makes you sure that this letter was issued, rather authored by your executive director?
My Lord, I'm sure because this letter was on CKR headed paper. It was stamped with a CKR stamp and signed by the CEO.
Are you familiar with, were you familiar with the signing of your CEO?
My Lord, I'm not familiar with his signature.
My Lord, I pray to tender the report. And together as with the forwarding letter and the request letter, my Lord, the request letter being, the request letter, we pray that it is admitted as a PID. But the forwarding and the forwarding letter and the report admitted as exhibits.
agambye nti ebbaluwa mukama we gwe bayita mwami Aza ye yagiwandiika era oluvannyuma ne bamuwaako kopi eyo y'ebbaluwa gye baali bawandiikira abapoliisi nga babaddamu era nti mukama waabwe yagiwandiika nga bagiwandiika ku lupapula lw'eddwaliro eryo lya CKR ne bateekamu ne sitampu yaabwe oyasayininga ye mukama waabwe. Agamba takakasa mukono gwa mukama we era ne basaba nti ebbaluwa gye omukama we gye yawandiika bagikirize ow'ekitiibwa agirabeko agyekenenye ripooti n'ebbaluwa eyali n'ebbaluwa gye bawandiika nga basaba nga baddamu poliisi babikirize ng'ebizibiti eby'oludda olwabi.
Who is making a reply? Is it Mr. Kumbuga?
My Lord, no objection.
certified copy of the sanity report for Mr. ANYUMU Christopher OKELLO, dated 30th December 2025 and authored by Dr. Agenda Christopher of CKR IHK, is hereby admitted as an exhibit, and it is marked PEX 8A. PEX 8A, and the letter authored by Sundu, the CEO of International Hospital, Kampala, trading as CKR IHK, dated 10th April 2026, addressed the Deputy Director of Criminal Investigation, CID Headquarters, confirming the sanity report to have been authored by Dr. Agenda Rogers, who is witness number 12, a psychiatrist at the facility, which attached a certified copy of the sanity report that was dated 30th December 2025, is also admitted, and it is marked as PEX 8B. A police request which was dated 9th April 2026 and authored by SCP Shelimo Biata to the hospital administrator, CKR International Hospital, Kampala, is admitted for identification, and it is marked PEID 6.
Kopi jebakakasa nti eya report jebakakasa nti omusawo ono ali wano mu Dr. Agenda yagiwandika nga 3 omwezi gwe 12 2025 bagikiriza ng'ekizibiti ekyomunaana A, era ebbaluwa omukulu w'eddwaliro erya CKR International Hospital Kampala gwe bayita Sundu gye yawandika nga 10 ogwokuna 2026 ng'awandikira poliisi okukakasa nti ripooti omusawo ono yagiwandiika nayo bagikiriza ng'ekizibiti ekyomunaana B. Ebbaluwa poliisi gye yawandiika nga omupoliisi gwe bayita SCP Cherimo yagiwandiika nga 9 ogwokuna 2026 ng'agiwandiikira eddwaliro okukakasa ripooti kooti egyekanyiza era n'egiwa enamba gye tuyita PEID ey'omukaaga.
My Lord, that's all from the witness.
Mr. Kumbuga, how much time would you take with Dr. Agenda? If you're taking a lot of time, I would have requested that we proposed that we take a short health break, but depends on how much time you want to stay with him. A short health break. Okay. In that case, let's come back at 2 p.m.
Tukomawo sawa 8.